Give me your best Pok Pok Kay.
Pok Pok Kay!
Have to do the action. If not, people won't get it.
Okay.
Chicken rice gets all the glory. But if you ask me, curry should be Singapore's national dish. As the founder of a Japanese curry restaurant, I spent years dissecting every type of curry on the island. To me, its flavors have depth, complexity, and sheer diversity, all in one single dish. To me, building curry is like building a house, a long process where flavor is developed layer by layer. Today, I'm taking you to the iconic spots that made my own curry better. First stop, we are at one of the city's oldest hawker centres built in the 50s, visiting a curry stop with an even longer history. This is Dawn, third generation owner of Lu's Hainanese Curry. It's a unique Singaporean hybrid, a choice of dishes where British colonial influence, Chinese and Peranakan home cooking collide, all married together by a thick, velvety curry.
This Hainanese curry rice stall was started by my grandfather as well as his brother-in-law. So his brother-in-law used to work in a Peranakan house where he worked as a house chef. So he learned all the curry-based food from them. And during the British times, a lot of the Hainanese immigrants actually worked for the British. So that's where we learned the pork chop. Our curry recipe is 80 years old. So we started since 1946. We have not changed any single thing about our recipe. So our curry actually takes 3 days to make. It starts from the raw ingredients, lemongrass, blue ginger, yellow ginger. We'll chop everything up by hand and then grind everything. And then we will fry it into a paste that we'll use it for our curry.
At Lu's, they also insist on using freshly squeezed coconut milk for their curry concoction. A commitment to quality, passed down from Dawn's father.
煮咖喱最难的部分就是说你必须不断的去搅，因为如果太过大火的话你会把那个咖喱烧焦。
哇，好辛苦哦。
对着那个火肯定是很热的了，不过都习惯了，做了几十年，不能够偷工减料了，食材要新鲜。不能够把要用的东西换成比较便宜的。
This one.
Visually, this plate isn't made for Instagram. But this queue is.
Thank you.
My heavy hitters, the breaded pork chop from the British era, some Peranakan soul braised cabbage, and a fiery Malay-influenced sambal sotong. You can really taste that fresh coconut milk in there. And same can be said about the whole plate. You taste the freshness, all ingredients.
我之所以能够坚持在这个行业，是因为我找到了一帮好的员工，就是因为有他们的动力，促使我一直坚持下去了。
Actually, Hainanese curry rice originated from Singapore. It didn't originate from like the Hainanese province. This is something that is very precious in our Singapore culture. So that's why I feel that it's very fulfilling to continue this legacy.
Okay.
Next, another institution, nestled in the lush enclave of Dempsey Hill. A household name with a history dating back to the 1950s. They've kept the South Indian tradition alive for decades. No plates, just rice served on a fresh banana leaf with a non-stop rotation of curries and sides. But there's only one curry that rules them all, fish head curry.
Right, let's go. Oh, start of the show. The aroma just wafting into my nose. My taste buds are watering. I really love fish head curry because of the nice tangy quality, great acidity. Wow. That is a fresh fish. This is a fish head curry.
The guardian of this family legacy that spans 3 generations is Jodi, granddaughter of founder M. Samy. Most kids grow up with a playroom. Jodi had an entire restaurant.
This whole place is filled with a lot of my childhood memories. Sometimes I used to go around serving papadums to the customer. So this is basically like a childhood home for me. My grandfather, he is from South India, Tamil Nadu. He's a very good cook. There was a group of merchants who came to Singapore. They brought along my grandfather to cook for them. That's when it occurred to him, oh, maybe I should start my own food business. There are many popular dishes in our restaurant. We passed down my grandfather's recipes. But of course, the star of the dishes is fish head curry, definitely. Yeah. Fish head curry is not usually widely served in South India or even India, actually. So, fish head curry is truly a Singaporean dish. It was invented by somebody called Mr. Gomez. He invented this dish to suit to his Chinese customers. So my grandfather also introduced this fish head to his menu, and he also brought his own spices and his own ideas into this special recipe. That makes him one of the first few person to start fish head curry in Singapore. I think, wow, grandfather is still watching over us, watching his little baby growing up. So I think I have that responsibility to keep on this business as many years as I can possibly.
Jodie's grandfather took a local craving and crafted what is, without a doubt, one of the best fish head curries in Singapore. I head to the city's historic Malay quarter, Kampong Glam, to meet a family that's been serving up Nasi Padang since the 1950s, with customers facing the delicious dilemma of which curries and dishes to grace the central dome of rice.
Our story actually started from 1950s when my grandma actually came to Singapore from West Sumatra. So she had nothing but just skill of cooking. She started a stall, just a wooden plank, and she cooked about 8 dishes to go in with rice. She's a very strong woman. We are actually preserving this cuisine called Minang Nasi Padang. It's originated from West Sumatra. Me and my family has actually preserved this for 3 generations. From 8 dishes, we have 50 over dishes now. We cook it fresh every day to ensure that the freshness and also the quality is being maintained. We have 8 to 10 curries, consists of chicken, fish, vegetable. Over the years that I've been working, I see like customer favorite is ayam gulai. It's an Indonesian way of saying curry. That's the best dish.
Ayam gulai, chicken bathed in a vibrant turmeric gold gravy. The keeper of this specific family secret is executive chef Arif.
From day one, from how my grandma cooked to my mom and to me, it's the same way. Gulai only give you the best if you give it time, and then it will give you a beautiful dish. Good ayam gulai is supposed to be not so spicy. The chicken has to be tender. And of course, important part, the gulai is supposed to be rich and silky, not oily and watery. There's no secret. It's all about no shortcuts, be disciplined. We cook the same way how we do, like from the ingredient and then from the discipline that we put on. It's carry memories, you know. Like when I cook, I remind how my mom used to cook and how my grandmother used to cook. It's all about love, and cooking, it takes hard work and patience.
It's really damn good. You need to try. It really takes the effort that goes inside. I'm super happy and this is going to live on for generations to come.
Thanks to the brothers, the restaurant has opened another 2 other outlets with an additional catering arm, future-proofing their legacy for generations to come. My last curry craving, we head far east to the neighborhood of Pasir Ris. It's a stall whose name is always fun to say out loud, Nyonya Pok Pok Kay.
The Pok Pok Kay is just a clucking of the chicken.
Give me your best Pok Pok Kay.
Pok Pok Kay!
Pok Pok Kay? Okay.
This is Sarah. At 23, she decided to trade the corporate ladder for a life of curry. Authentic Peranakan food in a hawker centre is a rarity. It's a cuisine built on hours of labour, usually reserved for restaurants. Hence why Sarah has a concise menu of only 2 dishes, one of them being the curry kapitan.
So what makes Nonya Curry Kapitan different from other curries in Singapore?
One of the main differences is that our curry that we do is slightly thicker than the other kind of curries that you find outside. We also use the kaffir lime leaves and as well as a bit of lime juice, so you get a little bit of like the tangy flavour. I learned this recipe actually from my dad. He's actually not a Peranakan, but he used to be a chef. It's just the ratio and the portion of each ingredient that you put in that will actually change the taste of the dish. Yeah, so I think my dad has found the best ratio for each ingredient. I mean, I like it lah.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's very unique. The main reason why I even opened up the store at the hawker centre is so that I can keep the cost price lower, and so that it becomes more accessible for more people to try.
I've seen this curry capitan go for $45 in this city. Finding a dish this legit at this price point is an absolute steal.
You've got such a spread in front of me. Although we are at a food court, I feel like I'm eating in a full-fledged Nonya restaurant. Ooh, that's great. Oh, it's very good.
There is quite a bit of labor of love, because I think like the best food, right, is when it's prepared and cooked from the heart. I'm half Peranakan.
Okay.
Mom is a pure Peranakan and my dad's a pure Teochew.
I see.
And I grew up eating Peranakan cuisine because my dad had a lot of interest in learning how to cook, and I eat it and I feel very like nice and satisfied, and like just to me it's just very shiok lah.
Sarah might not be cooking from a generations old recipe book, but by making it accessible, she's keeping this recipe alive for a whole new audience. A curry recipe isn't just a list of spices. It's a footprint of those who came before us, a memory of love passed down, and a treasure worth protecting for the future.